Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3 and I'm back with part 3 of What If Naruto Enter the Boys Universe. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, I posted a brand new episode part 4 of What If Naruto had the power of Kratos and Thor, so go ahead and enjoy that on this channel. And if you're new, yes, I did have 4 more channel, Anime King 2, Anime Symbol, Anime Prince, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy, so go ahead, check them out, and yeah, become a part of the Anime King family. And if you want your What If to be done by me, simply go ahead and comment on any of the latest posts, and I'll jot them down for future use. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now, guys. So the last part that we left off, after the conversation between herself and Naruto, Starlight decided to stick to her guns, stick to her past, as she decided to keep what she was wearing. Screw the PR team, screw what Madeline said, screw them all. After which, though, Madeline made it clear that she could be replaced. That was until word was sent from higher up to leave her alone. Madeline told her to leave the office as it seemed like people in high places had her back. Starlight had no idea, but the first person that came to mind was a blonde that helped her out. He was the first person that came to her mind as she found herself curious. As for the boys, as they were telling Mother's Milk everything, Naruto had murdered a member of the Seven. They did not know who he was, enemy or foe. Whether or not he decided to help them, he would be wanted by the Seven because he murdered one of them. So, he could be a possible future ally. As things are right now, they don't really know. They were able to monitor A-Train girlfriend as they used blackmail footage against her to gain information about A-Train running the V. It turns out that Homelander was creating soup terrorists. It was all a part of his plan to stretch his empire, to stretch the company, well, for his own good after all. The boys were able to enter, that is where they free Kimiko, having no idea who she is as she almost killed Frenchie. But Naruto arrived and stopped her though. Butcher wasted no time pointing his gun at Naruto. Naruto told them that they should leave. After he incapacitated Butcher, they did so rather quickly as Naruto turned the place into dust, removing all evidence, forcing A-Train to take matters into his own hands as he killed his girlfriend because she leaked information that she should not. But the problem was, who was this guy? The boys were thinking to themselves as he was able to turn the entire place into nothing. How in the world did he do that? We then get to see how Naruto was handling things, especially his mindset. He was depressed, he was sad. He was still broken from his world being turned into ash. Whatever he was doing here was just keeping him with a purpose. And Stan Edgar knew that as he tried to use it to keep Naruto in line. He tried to use it to keep Naruto on the right path. When Homelander and Queen Maeve made their way to save the plane, Homelander ended up destroying all the controls. But Homelander already had a plan in his mind. He would use fear. But Stan Edgar sent Naruto instead as Naruto arrived there. He teleported Homelander away before he saved the plane, bringing it down, gravity manipulation. Queen Maeve was surprised. But it wasn't just that though. Naruto tanked a punch from Homelander as he grabbed his fist, showing him that he wasn't afraid of him and he was just as strong. Their battle was stopped though as the people were coming off the plane, yes. As Naruto gave Homelander the phone as Stan Edgar told him the script, the whole world saw Homelander as a hero as they used it to push the narrative. They used it as fear was a good tool, but overwhelming support was better. Not to mention there was one soup terrorist. He could explode. The government had no choice but to turn their back on the boys as their own upper head started to send them pressure down below, forcing them to start a move. As Homelander gathered the group, translucent body was found. Homelander threatened Starlight with death if she did not bring Huey in. When she went to confront him, Naruto arrived, and it was the first time that they knew that the both of them know him, but they didn't even know his name. He told them that big things are coming and they have to work together, as he confirmed, Huey's story that the soups were made in labs, shocking Starlight with that. As Homelander got to meet his son, but Naruto was spying on him and everything that was going on, as Naruto found out about Homelander's boy and everything, as he used that to threaten Homelander not to go after Starlight. It almost turned into a fight, but it never reached that far. Homelander was furious, not being in control, not being the most powerful. It angered him gravely. So yeah guys, basically let's put it off. You guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself, and yeah, how about we jump right into this brand new episode. Start the intro guys. What am I saying? Let's begin now. We begin this episode with Translucent funeral. It was a public ceremony. The world was mourning a hero. Naruto stood within the crowd. He had been the one to kill the man. The casket was closed for obvious reason. Starlight was on the podium. She was singing Never Truly Vanish in a perfect pitch. The crowd wept. Social media exploded. R.I.P. Translucent. He was many favorites' hero. Homelander gave a speech afterwards. Translucent died fighting soup terrorists. He gave his life that America could be safe, and his sacrifice will never be forgotten. The crowd exploded. Meanwhile, this is bullshit, MM said, watching the thing on the TV. Frenchie nodded. Complete utter mere, he said. Huey sat apart from them. He was quiet. They were wanted criminals. Their face was on the TV. The public believed they were terrorists. Superpower terrorists. Even though none of them had powers. Well, except for Kimiko as she sat in the corner. We need to leave the city, MM said. Lay low. Figure out our next move. What if we don't, Huey said, causing him to look towards him. What if we expose VOD? Make people understand what they're really doing. Get Compound V and show it to the public. And how are we gonna do that? If you haven't been watching, we are wanted criminals. And do you have any V on you? MM said, trying to find out how Huey was going to do the impossible. Well, there is another way, Huey said, as they focus on him more deeply now. And what way is that? They questioned him. Later that day, on the subway, Annie was covered, as she didn't want to be recognized. Huey was also covered, a hood, gloves and everything, trying to remain off the radar. Hey, he said to her. Hey, she said back. It's been a lot. Yes, it has been. They sat in silence for a moment. So, how is everything? I mean, you didn't bring me in and we didn't leave on... He was stuttering as he talked. Would you spit it out, she said. How is everything back there, he said. Things look rather normal on the TV. But as we all know, that is rather misleading. She pulled out a note and handed it to him. It is safe for you to return. Homelander won't touch you. He looked at the note. Jinjuliki. That was the name that was written down there. Jinjuliki? What is this? The blonde guy with the blue eyes. I figure that's his name. Well, maybe a code name, she said. I'm not sure. We still don't know who he is. I have to say I was concerned. Not doing what Homelander said, and when I went back, he was normal. No odd looks, no anger, nothing. He didn't attack me, he didn't threaten me. It's almost like what happened didn't happen. What does this mean? I think Homelander is afraid of the Jinjuliki. Huey looked towards her, surprised by her words. I mean, I know he's strong, Huey said, after what he did to Translucent. He whispered, but strong enough to make Homelander afraid? Yeah. Maeve told me something about this Jinjuliki individual. She herself doesn't know, but apparently he went up against Homelander and he walked away alive. And we're talking about a Homelander that wanted him dead. I still don't know what his motives are, because if he wanted to help, he would have just straight out helped you guys, but he didn't. He killed Translucent. He's powerful, and he's just... I don't think we can fully count on him. Huey said, as he cut in between her sentence. If he wanted to, he would have helped, that is true. More time than not, if he was there, things would have gone a different way completely. But there are so many unknowns. He's working for someone else. Someone big. Not just anyone, someone in VOD. I didn't make the connection before, but when Madeline Stillwell was alive, when she was threatening me, word came from the higher-ups for her to leave me be. Word that she could not ignore. Word that made her second-guess everything that she was saying to me that day and simply dismiss me. I believe that he was involved. He has a benefactor. I think he's some kind of assassin. The way he can just blink in and out. Maybe teleportation. He seemed to have multiple powers. Whatever he is, he's helpful, but we do not know to what extent. For now, we just have to be very careful. That was something the both of them could agree on. As for, well, the company, Black Noir stopped a super terrorist. Homelander was with the military. Things were going well. Things were going rather well. Until another person showed up. Homelander immediately lost it right there, but he was a professional. Stormfront was her name. Homelander kept his cool, kept his calm as he made his way straight to Edgar's office. You added someone to my team without consulting me. Edgar did not even look back at him. I added someone to VOT, Premier Superheroes team. Your input, while valid, was not required. I am the leader of the Seven. Yes, that might be, but that does not change anything. Edgar said without even flinching. You know, my contract will be coming up soon. To be refreshed. Perhaps I should look somewhere else. Go ahead. Edgar said without blinking. You are a product, Homelander, he said. An extremely valuable product. But a product nonetheless. VOT International is a pharmaceutical company. We create soups. We market them. We control them. You seem to have forgotten that. I could leave right now. Right here and now. And I will take my fans with me. What then? Where will you go? To start your own company? With what resource? What industry? What legal protection? You are powerful. The most powerful soup that we ever created, but Power without structure is chaos. And chaos gets shut down rather easily. Because people can catch on to chaos really quickly, especially without cover and production that are keeping legal things in check. After all, if it wasn't for us, things would have gone bad a long time ago. You made moves without telling me, sending V all over. Homelander did not meet his eyes with those words. A very bold move that would have probably gone wrong if not handled correctly. Especially with your intentions with that plane. Ah yes, don't bother to deny it. I could already tell what was going on in that mind of yours. I must say, you are rather predictable, and you're not as subtle as you think. So me adding Stormfront to the team, that is none of your concern. What happened to the 7, other than the members being kept in line? Changes and adding new members. It is all under my control, not yours. You don't have a say in the matter, you know? You said it yourself, I am chaos. You shouldn't speak to chaos like that, Homelander said. Things chaotic tend to happen. As his eyes flash red. I am done with this bullshit, he said. I want to know what you're hiding from me. What other secrets? What other many things, Edgar said. Most of which aren't your concern. As he walked around the table. VOD operate on multiple levels. You exist on one of them. Very public. Very profitable. But there are others. Deeper level, deeper projects that you don't need to know about. Immediately, Homelander thought of the blonde who threatened Ryan. Like that hero that saved the plane. Edgar did not blink or look away. He's on a need-to-know basis. Tell me about him. No. You know I could do what? Threaten me? Kill me? Go ahead. But the moment that happens, are you ready to handle the political fallout? The public change? And handle everything else that might come your way? You are shielded by people like me, which keeps you arrogant to make you do as you please. And we allow this to happen because you bring us great success. But don't misunderstand your role in this company. Homelander wanted to kill him. He wanted to reduce him to ash. He wanted to prove that he was stronger, better, more important than this suit who believed that he could control a god. But he didn't. He walked away, anger flaring through him. Homelander was furious. Beyond furious. He walked away. The moment he left the building, he took to the sky. As he flew away, he made his way far, far away. He had to see his son. He had to calm his mind before he snapped and reduced everything to dust. With that, he made his way off. Elsewhere in the city, Gecko. Gecko was a child star. But now he was, well, people paid him to chop off his limbs that could regenerate. Starlight had videoed what he did. She blackmailed him. He got her what she needed, a vial of Compound V. Now he wanted to move on and forget about it. However, he bumped into someone in the alleyway. He looked up. Excuse me, he said, trying to go around. Until the person grabbed his face. Hey, what the... He didn't get to answer as his head was smashed into the brick wall. Once, twice. The third time his head turned into paste. Naruto dropped the body down to the ground, looking down towards it. Edgar wanted the loose ends tied up. Naruto had made it rather well known to know everything that was going on. Yet, he could have killed Gecko a long time ago. But he allowed him to go back to Starlight. Naruto really did not care about most parts of what he did. Because Naruto was not the same anymore. The boy that fought for justice, to protect the ones that he loved. He died that day when the Otsukis destroyed everything that he loved. He lost everything, his world, his people, and his purpose. Day by day, even as Stan Edgar tried to give him a purpose, Naruto realized that he's turned into a monster. Murder for money. Kill for no pleasure. Because none of it means anything. Yet here he was. Starlight had the compound V. The boys were under strict watch. They were being hunted. They could use this to take the eyes off themselves. They could put Vod into a very dangerous situation. Force them to move. Force them to run away. Yet, Naruto was supposed to stop it. But he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't trying. Time skip. The boys, Butcher, who had returned, struck a deal. And now they were looking for a soup terrorist. He had telekinesis abilities. Very powerful. However, when Kimiko saw him, turns out that he was her younger brother. Naruto was there for all of this, as he watched them take down the soup terrorists, as they call it. Unlike Kimiko, he was manipulated in ways that broke him, turned him into a puppet. But Naruto saw it, the love. Despite the girl being unable to speak, seeing her brother again. Yet he was brainwashed. Naruto could see it. He would not allow anything to get in his way. Not his sister, not anyone. Naruto could see it from here. Yet he did not intervene. The second time now where he could do something. However, Naruto knew where everything was. And he could get to the places rather quickly. But what would he do? Allow this to happen? Or put a stop to it? Time skip. It was an abandoned warehouse district. Closer to night. As Annie made her way, she had the vial of Compound V. The last piece of hope in this world. The evidence that would expose everything, including herself. That Vod was manufacturing soups. That everything was a lie. They weren't born like this. They were created in a lab. The reporter had agreed to meet here, off the books. Her name would not be written in anything, to keep her safe when everything came down upon them all. She pushed open the warehouse door. Hello? The place was silent, and then she saw it. The reporter, lying in the corner unconscious, not dead. Their chest was rising. Annie immediately clenched her fists. Looking around, she was ready to fight. Her hands up. Show yourself, she said. Movements were in the shadow as she turned to see. Blonde hair, blue eyes. It's you, Jinjuliki. What are you doing here? What have you done, she said. He stepped towards her slowly. I simply can't allow you to release that. The words hit her like a physical blow. He was working for them. Her mind raced. All this time she thought that he was helping them. She thought he was on their side. He saved her from the deep. He gave her hope. He protected Huey. And now, you're working for them, she said, backing up. From the higher-ups, she said. He did not deny it. Her hands started to light up. I thought you were helping us. You wouldn't understand, Naruto said. No emotion in his tone. It's like he's dead inside, she said, at the complete switch. It was like she was looking at a hollow individual in front of her. Try me, she said, as she was trying to buy some time, looking for a place, an exit, as she wanted to move back, but he was fast. No, Naruto said. As he kept on walking, with full force, she blasted him, just like how she had blasted A-Train. Something that was able to stop A-Train, but he walked through it. The light bent around him and dissolved into mist. It didn't even touch him. Before Annie could process what was going on, he arrived behind her. He grabbed her and threw her into the wall. She smashed against it. What she did notice though, he had removed the package so quick and swift. She struggled. You're no better than them. You gave me hope. You told me I was a hero, but now, look at you. You're no hero. You're not helping. His eyes remained so empty as he looked at her. I won't let you, she said, even if it kills me. She got up and rushed towards him, trying to blast him, but he stepped directly in front of her, to the point that they were inches away. Sorry, he said. The next thing she knew, she was thrown, smashing through the steel wall, crashing outside. By the time she was able to properly get to her feet, he was gone. She lay back down. She was sure that something was broken. Correct that, more than one thing. As she lay there in pain. Time skip. The phone started to buzz. Right now the group was dealing with Kenji, Kimiko's brother. Things were all over the place, as they had him locked up. However, Kimiko was trying to make them understand. Annie, are you... He took it. Huh? Jinjuliki. He took it. He's working for them. He has been all along. He was just using us. I got the vial of compound V and he took it. He stopped me from exposing it. Huey's blood ran cold. Are you hurt? I'm fine. But Huey, I was wrong. We were wrong. We can't trust him. He's not on our side. I know. I just want to know that you are safe. If they know that you're the one that was trying to leak it, this means the fear truly started to set in as she understood the implications. Until, Huey, get in here now. It was MM that called. Huey stepped in to see the television, the broadcasting. Explosive leaked tonight as an anonymous source provide concrete evidence of Vought International biggest secret. This serum is allegedly what creates soups, not genetics, not natural born abilities, but a manufacturing serum that, holy shit, Frenchie said. The boys start to lose it in excitement. Huey was shocked, confused. Annie was hearing everything over the phone. She was confused even more. She didn't understand what was going on. None of this made any sense. It was Starlight. Huey said, trying to show that they could trust her, trying to show that she was one of them. Butcher. He wasn't so pleased. MM though, gave him his props. Once that was said and done, Huey, why did you do that? It's for the best, Annie, he said. It was an anonymous source, so no one will know who it was. It's best that you take the credit with these guys for them to see that you're on our side. But none of this makes any sense. I mean, was this him? But what he did was, it wasn't so long ago. I mean, Annie was confused. Huey was confused. Unless it is someone else entirely. Listen to me. You have to keep out of the public eye view. Lay low until we're able to understand what is going on. We don't know if they know that it was you that was trying to leak it and they will come after you. So try your best to stay out of the public. Please, he begged her. Alright, she said. She would keep herself safe, away from the public eye. A few minutes earlier, Naruto handed the vial over to Stan Edgar. Starlight was becoming a problem, but you kept her in check. Good work, Edgar said. Naruto simply moved towards a window, looking over the city. However, the phone started to buzz a few minutes after, as their conversation was coming to an end. Edgar picked it up and the emotion on his face switched, something that doesn't happen often. What is it? Naruto said. Apparently, Compound V has been leaked. Everywhere. Every news station, every social media platform is currently aware of the secret. He looked at Naruto. Why are you looking at me like that? I took care of Starlight. From the report, there's only one vial that was taken, and that is it. Edgar was pissed. It barely showed though, the way how he controlled his emotions. Someone leaked it anyway, despite your intervention. That means there is not just, well, one enemy. His tone was calm. There is another, he said. Well, I did my job. Get out. What? Get out of my office. I need time to handle this. Now. Naruto left. Edgar sat alone. Who else had access? Who else knew? Who else would dare? Homelander would never do something like that. It doesn't matter how angry he becomes. He doesn't want the world to know that he's a product. So who? He tried to find out. Later, Annie was away from her apartment. She sat watching the TV, scrolling through social media. Jinchuriki had taken the vial, but somehow it was leaked to the public. Mere minutes after he took it, it couldn't be him, right? That meant they probably know, and they were probably after her. This was bad. Very, very bad. Annie felt something. She turned. A note. Just like the one that he had left. Don't worry, you're safe. She felt her heart like it skipped a beat. Was someone spying on him? Is that why he put on that show of taking the vial away? But how did he leak it so quickly? Annie had no idea, absolutely none, on what the hell was going on. But this seemed to be a mess. Time skip. There was an emergency meeting with everything going on. Annie had arrived, and everything was okay. Homelander at the head. He was barely controlling his rage. Queen Maeve looked rather exhausted. A-Train looked nervous. Black Noir was silent. Starlight simply sat down, her mind racing. Stormfront leaned back, seemed amused. The leak is unfortunate, but not catastrophic, Edgar said. Not catastrophic, Homelander said. The whole world knows about the product. They know we're not natural. Yes, they do. Which is why we will prevail. We do not deny it. We embrace it. They were silent. Embrace it. May finally spoke up. Compound V is a miracle of science. A pharmaceutical breakthrough that saved life. Stop crime. Protect nations. It's all about confidence. The mere fact that children were used. Children who had no idea until the recent news just broke out. But we must control the narrative. Change it to our whim. Now, he said, as he pulled up footage on the main screen. The Seven must operate as one. Unified together to take care of this threat. Superpowered terrorists. attacks across the globe, chaos and destruction. The real threat isn't Compound V. It's the individuals that use it to bring America down to its knees. But we have heroes like yourself to stand firm to stop that from happening. To ensure that it does not happen. To ensure that the people of America are safe, protected, secured. Right now we're focusing on damage control, which is why we need a win. A big win, he said. Now find the terrorists. Show them that VOD soups are the only thing standing between civilization and chaos. As they start to file out, Starlight, a moment. Starlight froze. She stood where she was as when everyone was gone, Homelander eyeing the both of them remaining, furious that they were trying to replace him, his mind always worrying. I am aware of your goals, your association with certain elements, vigilante elements, as well as your desire to expose secrets. Her throat went dry. Despite the fact that this man had no power, he was intimidating. This is your last chance. You're in the 7 now. You have everything: popularity, wealth, influence. You've climbed farther than some people can even imagine. From the small town that you were raised from, he said, stepping closer. But the next time you try something like this, the Compound V won't be the only thing that is taken away. Am I understood? The implication was clear. Jinjulki worked for this man. But that still left so many questions unanswered. She nodded. Good. You're dismissed. Even her legs were shaking. That man was terrifying. Time skip. The 7 started to hunt them. The Deep tried to get in the way with a massive whale, until Butcher decided to ram the crap out of it, killing the thing. Homelander wanted to be the one to find him, after that public annihilation on him being a product. He's already seen some of the words that were going around, that he was not born blessed. However, Starfront, she was the one that was given special orders by Edgar, due to the fact that she had the way of turning the public because of fear. Now they need that more than ever. Hello, terrorist, she said, as she kicked down the door. He was running. Kimiko's brother was terrified. His sister had got through to him somewhat, as a moment ago he brought down an entire, what seemed to be a train cargo on Homelander, which the boys used to split up and run away. Annie was almost discovered. Homelander was not threatening her, but he would take her down if she showed any resistance, to protect any of them, especially Huey. As Kenji was terrified, he threw everything at her. However, electricity ripped them apart like it was nothing. He tried to crush her, but it wouldn't work. Stormfront was walking him down as she threw him through a wall. African American family was inside. Father, mother, 2 children. They huddled together, terrified of what was going on. Stormfront turned towards them cold, wickedness in her eyes. Well. What do we have here, she said. Another group of terrorists, she said, a smile on her face. She tried to blast the family until her lightning redirected. She was confused. The family vanished away a moment later, not seeing a thing. That is when she saw him. The bluest eyes, the blondest hair, her breath caught in her throat. A true American. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Pure, Aryan specimen. Who are you, she said. Naruto looked at her with disgust. Since coming to this world, he's learned a lot. Racism. He saw it in her eyes. He did not say a word. What he did though was give her a punch. Her body was sent like a bullet. 3 massive walls as she ripped through them, crashing down hard. It was violent. Terrible. She spat up blood as she crashed. Naruto was disgusted by her. Those innocent people did nothing wrong, and she wanted to kill them because of the color of their skin. He would have just killed her right there and then, but he still need her for now. He was already trying to dive into everything about her. She was different. Edgar told him nothing about her. But she was special. Not in a good way. But she would get what is coming to her soon enough. And it would be a catastrophe. When Naruto stepped outside, Kenji threw things towards him, but Naruto tossed them away. Kimiko had tracked her brother as she jumped on Naruto's back. She tried to tear his eyes out. However, Naruto threw her off and slammed her into the wall, knocking her out. Naruto then moved towards Kenji. He appeared behind him and grabbed him by the collar and proceeded to fly away. Minutes later, Naruto landed in front of Stormfront. As he held the body of Kenji, charred and burned, with what seemed like electricity. Stormfront looked up. You killed him. He tossed Kenji down to the ground and gave him to me like a gift. She doesn't understand. However, she was fascinated by this one, not to mention his strength. However, he was gone. Until she heard something behind her as she turned. Time skip. Kimiko. She woke up. As she was knocked out by Naruto, she woke up. She saw the others regrouping. What she did see though was her brother being dragged by Stormfront. Dead. She immediately started to rage out until Frenchie stopped her, telling her she couldn't. She would die. They will kill you. Tears streamed down her eyes as the body was put in a van and taken away. Killed by Stormfront. She was pissed off. Time skip. Naruto stood on a roof. Alone it seems, but he wasn't. You did well. As a clone of Naruto appeared. The leak is everywhere, the clone said. There is no taking it back now. It was simple. Naruto was the one that indeed leaked the information. Fast, efficient. He was playing both sides, helping and hurting. The clone proceeded to poof away, memories flooding back into the original. Moments later, someone else arrived. The person stopped behind him. It was Kenji, alive, unburnt, confused. The body that he gave was not a clone, something that he created. Similar to how the Osutskis are able to create life in a special way. Kaguya was able to create White Zetsu. White Zetsu had all sorts of properties. He could transform into anyone, whenever he feel, even die like that person. Why did you save me? Kenji said, his accent strong as he spoke English. I looked into your memories while you were unconscious. I know what you're fighting for. You're a radical, a loyal member to that shining liberation army. You want to kill Americans. That is what they teach you. But you know no difference because they kidnapped you when you were a child to fight for them. So why save me? Why not let the woman kill me? Because despite you being brainwashed, you're also passionate, dedicated, and very useful as well. And you can be useful to me. And if I refuse, if I decide to go back on my mission and fight, then I'll kill you, said Naruto. doesn't change much. But you can live. You can live and do something else for me. You can also see your sister again. You can also reunite with her as a family. More than just running and fighting. His eyes widened. Go back home, he thought. Fight. Have a life. His sister was getting through to him while they were on that boat. And now being given a second chance. I'll be right back, Naruto said as he vanished. Kenji stood there. He looked around, waiting. However, moments later Naruto arrived. Kimiko. She blinked confused, not understanding what happened. A moment she was in the base, the next moment she was... Her eyes widened as she performed the hand signs, signaling, brother. She couldn't understand. She rushed up and hugged him. Naruto gripped their heads. Listen carefully. They could hear him perfectly, and he could hear them through their mind, due to the lack of words that came from her lips. Your brother is safe. I saved him. I want you to know that he's alive. I'm going to bury these memories into your subconscious. You won't remember clearly, but deep down you will know that he's alive. Know that you have a family to return to. No one deserves to have their loved ones taken away from them. Naruto said as flashes of his own. Everything burned, everything destroyed, taken away from him. Due to the mental connection though, Kimiko saw something strange. So did Kenji, but it vanished a moment later. Naruto removed his hand from them. They looked at each other, seemingly grateful, until his hand shot out once again and they screamed. Kimiko! Kimiko! Frenchie said as she blinked and opened her eyes. Seems like she fell asleep. Today was a stressful day, but she did not remember falling asleep. Her brother was gone, yet she felt calm, unnaturally so. Why? What was this feeling? She didn't understand it. It didn't make sense. Days later, go ahead, Naruto said. The ground exploded. Trees erupted. However, that was what they did. The focus, crazy and chaotic. In front of him, Kenji dropped to his knees. I was right, Naruto said. All techniques can be evolved, just like everything within Compound V. Kenji looked up towards him. I am barely making any progress, he said. Naruto raised his hand as Kenji was thrown back, smashing into a tree as he winced in pain. Free yourself, said Naruto. Kenji tried to push back the repulsion force, and he was almost successful until Naruto sent him out towards the sea as he bounced across the water. Still needs more work. Time skip. Stormfront was making good progress, making everyone know that she was the one that burned that terrorist to a crisp. But it wasn't just that. Media coverage. The public was believing everything. The public was starting to, well, see that the enemies were the terrorists, and that Compound V was actually a good thing. However, she remembered attacking the terrorist and him jumping towards her and burning him. That was all she remembered, but there was something else. As she slept, she saw a blonde man, blue eyes, the perfect specimen, the rightful superior race. Where did that image came from in her mind? It made no sense because she never met someone like that before. She was confused. Meanwhile, high above the city, present day, Naruto stood on a tall building. Observing the coverage down below, he saw her. Her name was Victoria Newman. She was good. She was jumping onto the whole compound V, VOD being horrible. She was beautiful, he had to say. There was a lot of beautiful women in this world, but she was one of them that stand out to him. She was doing good work, but something was not right. There was still some information that Naruto could not access because of, well, people hiding them rather well. He did learn that Stormfront was not who she said that she was. She was good at keeping herself undercover, but she was a worser monster than anyone thought. So yes, she would get what is coming to her. Very, very soon. Naruto's phone buzzed. As he turned his gaze, unknown number. Hello? Who is this? I know what you did. I know you leaked the compound V. I know you're playing both sides. The voice sounded, well, not young, but maybe late or mid-20s. Definitely American. Who is this? Someone who's been watching, just like you've been watching. The line went dead almost immediately. Naruto was amused. Whoever this was, they were big. After all, it wasn't a lot of people that had this number. Naruto was actually amused. Someone was watching him. He found that hilarious. Meanwhile, Maeve and Homelander was all over. There was many shows, many people wanting to know what they know. Edgar's plan was working though. The heroes were the real heroes. The villains were products, monsters. Madeline Stillwell. They blamed it all on her. She was dead, so she can't really defend herself, not in the slightest. Yes. As time passed by, Starlight, and Huey tracked down a lead. As Stormfront had been gaining a lot of popularity. A woman, African American. She was older now. Her father was killed years ago by a soup named Liberty. A racist monster. The boys were getting closer to information. Dates. But something doesn't make sense. If she was indeed Liberty, how old was she? Because this woman right here was a child. And she claimed that Liberty was around 30, 40, something like that. She didn't quite know, but she was not 20 or a teen, or she was not a child. So that meant she was immortal, said, or close to it. Seems like Compound V has ways of slowing down aging as well. The horrific story shocked them all, mostly angering hated by their skin, and those people call themselves heroes. Meanwhile, Butcher finally got what he wanted, a lot of persuasion. Him and Becca. Unfortunately though, Butcher did not give a damn about Ryan. She was taken advantage of, molested by Homelander. Yes, used. So that child was just as guilty. He's innocent. He's a child. He didn't ask for any of this. But Butcher could not see past his rage. She tried to calm him down, but Butcher did not care. After all these years, he finally had Becca back in his arm and he screwed it up. Within a matter of minutes, the both of them leaving on bad terms, despite their clear affection for one another. Meanwhile with Starlight and Huey, she told him everything. Stan Edgar knew. That meant that Jinjulki was working for Stan Edgar, but it also meant something else. Jinjulki couldn't have leaked it, unless he was playing Stan Edgar as well. Maybe he is. I mean, think about it. He's been doing the same thing to us. Maybe he's doing the same thing to Stan Edgar. He tried to make her see. But why? Why was he doing all of this? And if he is as powerful as we're led to believe, why not just destroy them? Homelander, the lot of them. He killed Translucent without a thought. Blow him to smithereens. He has no problem with killing, that is clear. If he is a genuine soup, why not take out the villains, the bad guys? Maybe he can't. Or maybe it doesn't fit his agenda. There's still so much that we don't know about him. Annie said. She was already listing everything down, trying to make sense of it all. You know, there's another thing. Maybe he doesn't know which side he's on. Maybe he's as lost as most people are. They sat in silence. Well, for one thing, we have to be very careful, because if we're not, we're all going to die. Starlight said. Yeah, he said, looking out, knowing that they were in the thick of it now. Time skip. Naruto stood on Vod's tower. Once again his phone rang, but this time, we need to talk. Go ahead, Naruto said. It's about your recent activities, Edgar said. I don't know what you mean. Don't play with me. I know you've been letting certain things slide. Moving without my authorization. Allowing certain people to get the things that they shouldn't get to. Maybe you're finding this fun and amusing, but it's time we clean house. For real. I did not do anything. I did not leak the Compound V. I didn't say you did. After all, you did take the vial from Starlight and bring it straight to me. Isn't that right? Yes. I've been patient with you. I've allowed your quirks. I've given you free roam and everything you desire. But there's always something else, isn't there? What exactly do you want, said Naruto. It's time to stop the nonsense and do your job. The boys. Eliminate them. All of them? Every last one of them. You've proven you're more than capable of tracking people down. So find them and put an end to this. Too much secrets have been revealed. With that, Edgar proceeded to hang up. Naruto stood there, the breeze whipping through his hair, calm and relaxed. As he gazed toward the sky, the wind picked up cold against his face. Somewhere else, the boys were planning their next move. Butcher was currently in a fight, as he wanted the crap to be beaten out of him for what he did, what he said to, well, Becca. Was holding the team together. Frenchie was consoling Kimiko. She didn't know what was wrong. But something was missing, something that she couldn't explain it. They were trying to survive, they were trying to make a difference, and Naruto was just ordered to kill them all. As he looked at the phone, once again, unknown call. Hello? He said. Answering said call. The line was quiet. No one spoke. But he could tell that someone else was on the line. I don't know who you are. Or who do you think you are exactly? But whatever this is, scare tactic, making me afraid, making me know my place, whatever you think this is, it's not gonna work. Because try something and I'll find you. And I will. And I'll pull you apart. Just for simply annoying me. Naruto said, hanging up the phone. Unknown location. A woman. She smiled to herself, despite feeling a bit uneasy by those words. But she was correct. However, she was also smart, also capable, also very careful. at playing both sides in her own special way to prove that she was indeed a part of it all. Well, she had her reasons, but this person was difficult to understand in every single way of the word. But at least she will find everything out very soon. But guys, let me end subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. And don't forget to go ahead and share to all of your friends in your social media platform. But more for now, see you guys soon. Peace.